hate to admit this to you guys, but I was the very last person on the bus this morning. I'm not usually someone who's late, so it kind of stressed me out. But we have made our way a couple of hours south of Seoul and to our first stop, which is the suspension bridge.
We'll go to Samyang Suspension Bridge.
None of the stores here are open yet, I don't think, and it's pretty late in the season for this festival. I actually think it's the very last day you can do this tour. I am a little nervous about the ice festival because I haven't seen any snow or ice yet, but we'll see when we get there. Our guide was telling us that this area of Korea is known for their production of, I thought she said goji berries, but I'm looking around and there's peppers everywhere, so I want to say it's some kind of pepper that they're famous for. If you look at the suspension bridge, there's this giant pepper in the middle. It's pretty cute. Okay, so I read the sign. It says they are famous for gochu, which is what they make gochujang out of, hence all the peppers. Our guide told us on the way out that she's going to be our photographer for the day. She's currently making us all take a photo with the pepper. So, like I said, pretty cute. You guys, this pepper is giant. Did not think I'd be walking through a giant pepper today. Pretty cool. So as we sit here and wait for everyone to take their photos with the giant pepper, you can see the rest of the suspension bridge. Pro tip, if you are the last one in the group, get the whole bridge to yourself. Everyone is exploring on the other side. I'm not too far behind, I promise. Alright, we are heading back across. We have to be back in our bus in about 20 minutes, and it was a little bit of a walk to get to the actual bridge from the entrance and where our bus is parked. It would definitely be a lot prettier if it was snowy. Unfortunately, I just happened to catch it at the end of the season, but still a beautiful little lake here. The peppers are fun. If you're looking for something unique to do while you're in Korea, this is definitely one of those more unique places. So we've caught the bus to our second stop, which is the ice festival Alps Village.
Samyang Alps Village.
Still not seeing any snow or ice, so I'm a little worried, but we've got a little walk ahead of us, I think. So keeping my fingers crossed for at least some ice.
I want to make. American. Same name? No same name, right? Yeah. 아니 같은 이름 아니잖아요.
아닌 것 같아요. 네.
이거 하면은 제가 따라가서 사진
아,
찍을게요.
네. 감사합니다. 안녕하세요. 이거만 끼면 네. Alright, we have made it inside. I'll be honest, it's a little melty, but if you look the opposite way, it is all ice. So this is actually pretty fun. They are really melty, I'll be honest with you guys, but I've never actually been to Korea during the winter, so seeing these ice sculptures and towers here is pretty fun. Apparently they have a few extra activities if you keep walking. They do have a little sledding spot here, but there's no one here yet. So I'm going to continue into this Alps Village and see what we find. We also have to find some lunch because I haven't eaten yet today And apparently there aren't too many spots in here, but we'll see what we can find. I just asked the staff member if it's usually like this empty. He said no, and then he told me to keep going to the photo spot. So I'm gonna continue. I do see a dead end though, so I think I'm almost done with the Alps Village. There are like different activities you can do, but they're all in these giant like tunnels. And so I feel kind of awkward going in them. I think it's running just a few weeks too late. Everything's kind of melted and none of the activities are really going. I would love to come back and see it in full swing in the middle of winter. I think it would be super fun and cute, but end of February, mid-February, maybe not the best choice for a tour or day trip out of Seoul. So they have a place here where you can roast chestnuts, and there's a family doing it right now, and they offered me one. I've actually never had one, but these are my mom's favorite. That's not bad. It looks like a lot of work though. He's been working for so hard trying to cook these things. I might have to try it though. I have some time to kill. 네.
그때는 사람이 엄청 많아가지고 왔고 여기 빵 두기가 있다 여기 빵 두기가 있다 여기 빵 두기가 있다.
You guys, one of mine exploded. So this is what they look like with the shell on, and this is what they look like after they explode. Now back to it.
껍질 따요.
아, 다 빼요?
어.
아, 네. 네.
조금만 사줘?
Got another one. That was an entire process. I finally made my last one, and then it dropped out of the cooker onto the ground. And so I picked it up, and now I'm eating it. Honestly though, really fun experience. Hands down my favorite thing I did at the Alps Village. And now I have an entire bag of roasted chestnuts to bring to my mom. 안녕하세요. Day 2 of these winter tours here in Seoul. I've actually made it on time to this one, so I'm following my group to, I think it's a van today instead of a bus. We'll see. 제가 앞에 탔어요.
한국말 하세요?
네.
한국말 잘하시네. 한국 분이래요?
네, 엄마가.
네.
After a couple hours of driving, we've made it to the resort. Just like yesterday, about 5 minutes before we got here, there was no snow. And there's a little bit here. Our guide was telling us that it actually snowed here yesterday. So there's a little bit more than there was, but still not a ton.
This resort is one of the most biggest ski resort in Korea. Okay, you ready? Let's go.
네.
내리실 때 머리랑 발 조심하실게요.
cable car views were incredible. The ride itself is about 20 minutes. It's some of the widest and most panoramic views of Korea I've ever seen. Definitely worth it. However, not as snowy as I imagined in my head, but it's still beautiful. It's really fun seeing all the skiers and snowboarders. We did make a quick stop at the skywalk here, but it's too cloudy to really see anything.
Oh my gosh.
So our guide recommended that we head outside, go on a little walk. I did attempt to go on the hiking trail. It's a bit icy, so turned around really quick. The views are kind of starting to come in though. You can see the hills behind me. 여기 발왕산 수국차.
네, 좋잖아요.
네.
파스타 먹으면 될까요?
네.
네. 보시겠습니다.
네, 감사합니다. I just googled it and apparently this Balwangsan tea is actually a hydrangea tea that's harvested in this area of Seoul. They apparently also call it dew tea or magic tea because it's supposed to be super good for your health. But what surprises me the most is actually how sweet it is, because you drink it and then the aftertaste is very sweet, which is shocking because there's actually no sugar that they added into it. Plus, you can enjoy the views up here, and even though it's still pretty cloudy, it's starting to clear up a little bit. Alright, you guys, the view cleared up, so I actually ran back up to the skywalk. Let's go check it out. 안녕하세요.
여기 노란색 밖으로 나가시면 안 되세요.
아, 네. Wow, this is actually really incredible. I've never seen views like this of Korea. Absolutely insane. I am so happy I stayed up here to enjoy my tea. The clouds have cleared up so much, and the views are definitely worth waiting for. It's absolutely incredible. The next stop on the tour for today is going to a sheep ranch. I'm not sure if we're gonna actually get to see any sheep, but I would love it if we do. Made it to our second stop of the day, which is at the sheep ranch, and our guide was actually telling us that this is the largest ranch of its kind in all of Asia, which is pretty crazy considering how small Korea is. Anyways, we made it to the observation point, and apparently you can see the East Sea and Gangneung City, which is the city that we visited before if you've watched our other videos, which is kind of crazy seeing it from this viewpoint. I'm gonna turn the camera around and show you guys too. And then on the other side, you can see all sorts of different windmills and stuff, which is not super common to see in Korea. So definitely a unique stop, even if there's no snow today. Our guide was also telling us that this entire ranch is owned by the Samyang company, which is a food production company, and they actually are the makers of buldak, which I'm sure you have heard of. Turns out we do get to see some sheep. We're actually gonna go feed them right now. Very excited. Do you want some food, sheep? Oh, aggressive. Want some? It's empty. Alright, well that was fun. Short, but fun. We stopped at the gift shop on the way out. I had to get one of their original ramens to try while we're here, because why not?